Hey guys, it's Jay with Columbus Car Audio. Today I'm here with Javier, Jav, the man, Flores.
How's it going, everyone?
Jav's been with me since early 2000s, I think, over on when we had the store on West Broad Street. Jav, I just wanted to get the guys to get a little bit more information about you and things like that. So, you've been with CCA for like 20 years, but you started in Brooklyn, right?
Bronx.
Or the Bronx? Okay. So, what made you get into this?
Something I did for myself. Like I just started doing it, and I kind of felt a passion for it, and it's just something that ran through my veins, if you will. Like once I did it, and I seen how it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was horrible. My first install, I had rat's nest. It was horrible. My wires was long. I never cut to size. You know, I always thought I was going to use them again later on for whatever reason. But then as I started getting into it and doing more and more and more, it just got better and better, and it's just stuck with me.
Yeah. It's funny you talk about that. I mean, I still, like, I remember some of my installs, and not that I do anything like you guys do now, but I mean, you know, it progresses over the years, and even like Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff, if you look at the installs now versus 10, 20 years ago, it's so much different. But, you know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and it's so funny because, like you said, your first install, you thought you'd use it later. Mm-hmm. I remember doing, you know, you throw it in for go cruising that night or whatever. It's like, so you just throw it in there so it works. I'll fix it later. And like, you know, a year goes by and it's like, oh yeah, I didn't fix that. It still works fine. So, what's your favorite thing to install? Like, do you have a favorite category at all or no?
I tell you what, I like doing. I think like remote start's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's because it's so direct and it's not crazy. I tell you. Probably my least favorite would probably be like a huge system.
Yeah.
And that being is, it's so much detail into it, so many things you got to do. And just when you think you got it perfect, you get that damn darn engine noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the main reason why I always hated doing it, because now I got to figure out why is this, and now I'm chasing down all this wiring, figuring it out, and before you know it, you pass a couple of hours,
right?
And then you realize, oh, it was this all along, and you could have got that from the very beginning,
right? So that's weird though. So did you not get into this for systems?
No, I did not get into it for systems.
Okay, you were doing an alarm or something up there?
Mostly more alarms.
Okay.
I started with alarm actually,
yeah.
You know, for like my friends and stuff like that, and then I did a couple of radios, but I did mostly alarm, and then later on I started doing like system stuff like that. And I did it, but system wasn't my passion. Even though I loved it, like I had it in my car and I loved the loudness of it. People can hear you coming and they turn around, you like get excited because people's like, oh, who's that? But that wasn't my true passion, the system. It was more like the alarm, the remote starts, and just the fact that a little box starts your car, you know, hit that button and boom, you know, it's just so amazing.
So for those of you guys that most of you probably don't know, Javier started with me doing alarms and remote starts and trickled into audio and stuff like that. But he also did moonroofs, he's done leather, he's basically done every single thing in here, and to the point now where he just oversees the installations in the garage. He still does a lot of installs just because of how busy we are, but mainly just oversees everything to make sure that it's the best that it can be when it leaves. So as you've progressed through this, and you know, now that you're in that role of overseeing, do you find that these guys are on a whole nother level than what we used to be, like back when we started doing this?
Yes.
So
yes, it's a whole new ballgame. New ballgame. I mean, back then it was just straight 12 volts current. Like I don't even remember the amps back in the days. We had no crossover on them. I mean, some of them you touch and you could feel the little electricity going through it. Like, oh wow. Now it's all just like integration stuff. It's all CAN bus, all data, all that stuff. It's a little more involved, but it also makes it a little more fun. You know what I mean? Because it gets your sprockets going, and you get to learn more, and you get to know more about these vehicles, how they're made, how it works. So I think in our industry, what people don't realize is that, we're doing audio systems, but we're getting into these vehicles, so we're pretty much knowing how vehicles work, like the CAN bus system, the signal system. All that stuff is just so amazing. You don't realize that in our industry, it's a lot involved. It's not just, oh, hook up 2 wires and here you go.
Right.
You know,
well, all you got to do is hook it up.
All you got to do is put 2 wires. No, it's a lot of integration that we have. There's a lot of equipment out there we use. Almost like a high-end mechanic, if you would. You know, it pulls out, brings out its machines, plugs it in, and starts reading everything. You know, we do all that as well. We have all that stuff. So it's interesting now. And I can say that now, now the system, I'm kind of liking it. It's a little crazy, but it gets you involved because it gets you more integrated into, you know, it's not just throw the speakers in,
Yeah.
and it's amp. Now you really, like I said, you're really going into it deep.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how much knowledge you guys have to have back there. I mean, you really have to be a jack of all trades. It's crazy to me, you know, now when you go back there, it's a normal thing to have a tablet or a computer or something involved in these installs, whether it's an alarm remote start or audio like you were saying. I mean, everything is computer generated. And like I remember back in the day, I mean, you know, you had guys that were top tier installers that would tune an amp with a scope or with a meter, but for the most part, most shops, you know, you got in there and they tuned by ear, and it's like, the speaker's popping, let's back that down just a little bit, you know, that they didn't realize the mechanics behind it and had the knowledge to do that. And I think it's so great to me to see how, you know, we've progressed as a company, but also individually too, and you know, see these new guys coming in and trying to teach old dogs new tricks, which, you know, we know it all. So
right,
I mean,
right, exactly. We think we know
yeah,
it all.
yeah. So, all right. So when you did systems, or even in your car when you have a system, what's that best song? That song that you have to play. It has to sound good to you.
I tell you, man, it has to be PIMP for 50 cents.
Yeah.
That ding, 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 ding. To get the right symbol on that, man, I think it's just, I love that.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite to play in my systems.
Yeah. My thing with systems has always been like, I have to be able to hear the words. I have to be able to hear everything about it. I love bass, don't get me wrong. I mean, I was a bass head as a kid.
Right.
I still remember we used to go skating at the skating rink. Back then, that was when kids would go out and hang out at places.
Yeah.
But anyways, this one up the street here had like this huge bass cabinet. It had this port that was like angled down, and like we would literally lay in the port like idiots, you know, and just let it beat our brains in. Maybe that's why I'm not the smartest crayon in the box anymore. But yeah, maybe. But you know, I always loved that. I had to have that, but I wanted to hear what they were saying too, you know. So it's amazing how music, you know, everybody listens to music differently. So
you know, Jay, some guys are still like that. They still just want the bass.
Oh, I know, Brandon. Well, Brandon's got some mids and highs in there now, at least.
We do
yeah.
some jobs, and guys just you can't hear nothing coming out. It's just that bass.
No, that Monty we just did.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just want, like I said, people to feel them coming, hear them coming, and that's all they care about.
Yep.
Don't have to hear one word. Just give me that bass.
Just give me that bass line.
And that's all they need.
That's right.
But like you and I guess the older you get, you start thinking of more like high-end, you know, like you want to hear everything.
Yeah.
Like you want to hear every cymbal, every guitar string, if you will, every piano. I mean, I like that, you know what I mean? And I guess you know, I guess we're old, if you will. You know,
I'm still 25.
Oh, so am I. Man.
Yeah.
I'll be 28 Friday.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
See, that's all. I mean, we're young.
You know, but then you do have those that do like, you know, hearing everything and do high-end stuff. I want to do like high-def speakers, audio system, and all that stuff. And that's where it gets, again, a lot of interesting stuff. And that's when your mind starts going, okay, now what do we do here? And like Jay's one of the salesmen, top salesman of the year in 2019, and Jay knows that putting stuff together is not as easy as putting, you know, he's a foundation of getting everything together, what goes with what, and then it goes back there to us, and then we put it together and make it sound great. But it starts off with the salespeople to get the right stuff for us to put in. And don't get me wrong, sometimes they do make mistakes, and we're like, this is not gonna work, man. And then we're just bumping the head, and we're like, well, why not? So I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. And an hour later, yep, sure enough, it doesn't work. You're right, here you go, the part that you need. But you know, it's just the fun about, you know, being in this industry and working together for so long that we're like family, you know, and we could have an argument about something, and then literally 10 minutes later, hey man, what's for lunch? You know, what's going on? And that's what I love about this industry, that, you know, you all help each other out. When we have problems, you know, we all get together. Jay, all the salesmen, and we try to figure out why we have this engine noise or why this car's not starting, what's going on. It's not
Right.
just, oh, I'm a salesman, I don't know nothing. Jay gets back there as well, help us out. A lot of salesmen will, you try this, you try that, and you know, we help each other out. It's a fun industry for me. I love it, you know what I mean?
Well, you hit it on the head. I mean, it's family.
Yeah.
You know, I see you guys more than I see my own family.
Pretty
most
much,
of the time.
right.
And I mean, on top of that, you know, yeah, sales pro, whatever. I mean, it's a team effort.
It is.
If I don't have the team, I can't do my job.
Right.
I have to lean on you guys. And yeah, I mean, there's been several times that other guys I've never gotten it wrong. I mean, you
No,
know,
of course
let's face facts. Yeah. But I mean, it's true, and you have to be able to trust each other and know, okay, he's saying it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and again, you know, it goes back to knowing each other. And I mean, you and I have worked together for forever, and you know, I think we bumped heads a time or two, but knowing at the end of the day that we had the same goal is what
Right.
is what kept everything going.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, I kind of wanted to introduce you. You know, I think so many people, they see us up front and they don't even. I mean, there's been several times when people are like, "And you're going to do the install, right?" I'm like, "No, you don't want that. Trust me." But you know, they don't know that there's a group of guys back there. So I wanted to bring you up. I mean, you're the leader of them all back there, so you know, so people can kind of get the behind the scenes people too. And you know, moving forward, I want to do more of these with different guys, but maybe also moving forward, we do some stuff with installation and things like that, so these guys can see, you know, the tools that we use and what goes
Behind
into
the
some of
scenes,
this stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So guys, that's it for today. If you need more information, you can always reach out to us on our website, or you can check out our social media pages: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. And you can always call us too. We still have phones. So thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.